We are back. The Post-Crashout stream. Obviously, special guest, Kurdish. What are you saying, Kurdish?
Pleasure as always. Yeah, man, it's just been a crazy couple of days in football. Not just with Arsenal, obviously, there's the Benfica Real Madrid, which we'll get into later. But yeah, it's just another lackluster performance, dropping points. That's the game we should be like winning. We should be like spanking Wolves. They're at the bottom of the table. I don't know what we're doing, to be honest. But yeah, like, what were your well, we've seen your thoughts yesterday. Got a lot of traction.
Fam,
That was fun.
bro, I absolutely crashed out yesterday, man. And the thing is, as well, like, it's just annoying because sorry, I'm just doing some technical stuff in the background.
Yeah.
It's just annoying because that performance was coming. We was due for that. We was due for that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we were absolutely due for that. And I just think for me, like, when is it going to end, Robbie? When is it going to end? Like, it's the same things over and over again. And then you got these top gooners making excuses over and over again. It's honestly just jarring. It's jarring, man. It's so jarring. Like, when is this manager going to be held accountable? When is this terrorist going to be held accountable? And obviously, I've calmed down now, but like, seriously, 6 years now, over 6 years, this guy spent £1 billion, and we haven't won nothing. He was better when he didn't have money. He's been rubbish since he's been spent money, and he keeps running these players into the ground. Like, look at Eze when he first came, progressive passing, dribbling, and now all of his like he ruins attackers. He ruins attackers. Like, you can't even name a single attacker that he's improved. Everybody's gotten worse.
Yeah, I think the only attacker that's kind of emerged under him, you could say, is like Saka, but this year he doesn't look like the same player. I think injuries, and maybe that's the point of his training methods. Like it's quite intense, and they seem to be picking up lots of injuries. Our team, but even like, let's say we had a Saka in good form and everything, I still don't think it would be enough. I think on the left hand side, Trossard does a decent job because Martinelli's so poor. So we look at Trossard like he's amazing. Trossard's okay. He's in between, and then our forward line. Gyökeres, I mean, there's not really much great strikers to choose from these days. So I think he was the best we could probably get at that moment, and that's fine. But that kind of signing was overdue. And now that we've got him, it just looks like there's nobody to feed him the ball. And yeah, it just looks really disjointed in attack. And that's what's quite frustrating. And that's what kills me about the pundits, like, the Gary Nevilles, even the Roy Keanes, and I normally like Roy Keane and stuff like that, but them saying Arsenal the title favourites, Arsenal have a great squad, a lot of depth. Like, I'm looking at the team when everyone's fit, and I'm not convinced because I see like a strong back line. I see a solid goalie in Raya. I see like a very like steely midfielder like Declan Rice, the type of player we wish we were crying out for years, even on the Wenger like post Vieira. So. That's great. But then going forward, like, what do we have? Even when everyone's fit, like, what do we have? Like, Martinelli, really? Trossard, no offense. And I like Trossard, but not enough.
Martinelli is not a top 6 winger, bro.
He's not.
I barely think he's mid-table. I think he's like, he should be playing for West Ham.
I know Tottenham doing really shit, but I don't think even Tottenham, like, if I was Tottenham, I wouldn't. I think Richarlison's decent. Like, he's not.
Like,
amazing.
if I spoke to Expressions or any other like prominent Tottenham fan, or just a normal Tottenham fan, any Tottenham fan, they said, and like, let's say, who would you start Martinelli in your team? I guarantee you. And let's just say he never played for Arsenal. Would you start him in your team?
No, I wouldn't start him in my team. No, seeing what he became, like when he came through the scenes initially, we're like, oh, this is a young guy, he can improve. But then you saw it season after season. He didn't really improve. I think there's that one season we keep going back to 22-23 where, we were playing good football. That looked like our season. We haven't looked the same since that. Like, we've been, in the mix, and we've been like in the conversation statistically, obviously, like mathematically and all that. But it's just something's not right about this team. It's like we're trying to win the league through some kind of weird loophole kind of thing, because a team that wins the league is a team that can attack, can break teams down, can score goals. And that's why I said to you before, I said, look, even Mourinho, right, he got so much stick, like, over the years. They say he's anti-football, he's not purist football. But I tell you what, all this Guardiola and possession, fuck that. Like, I like counter-attacking football. If you've got a finisher who can bang the goal in, yeah, hell yeah, I don't mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but we haven't got that, and we're not playing like that. We're like own goals, set pieces, corners, you know, and it's just like, it's good to have that in our locker, but we're just too overly reliant on that. And even the game yesterday, you could say, yeah, defense let us down a bit, the mix-up with Gabriel and Raya, but still, I think there's going to be times where you have like a nightmare at the office if you're the defense. You can't always be like, yeah, the defense is going to get us out of jail. Like, this is bottom of the table. We scored, what, 1 or 2 goals against them? You know, like, it needs to be more. Like, you need to score more goals. If you get the 3rd goal, game over. They're not coming back, basically. You know, 2 goals, because we had that scrappy, silly goal we conceded at 2-1, and you're thinking bottom of the league table, psychologically, they're thinking in the rain, away, only 1 goal advantage against the worst team in the league. It's embarrassing. It's more pressure on us than them because they're already like relegated.
You're relegated, bro. They're essentially relegated. They're gone.
They're just playing for like pride now. It's essentially like a friendly. It's like basically
it's an exhibition, bro. It's like when you play Pro Evolution, it's just an exhibition, mate. It's an exhibition. And like, I say that to say this, like, bro, how I heard that the Wolves fan was singing "Second Again, Ole Ole." They're going down to the Championship, singing that, bantering us. Like, it is. I keep saying it to people. It is embarrassing being an Arsenal fan, man. It is embarrassing when Pep was on his knees, when Slot is on his knees. We still can't get it done. We should have put this away a long time ago, man. It's annoying.
I remember we got called like basically clowns by this guy we did a short. So there was a short, basically, he commented on one of the shorts. He was like, "Oh, you guys are clowns. You guys have never managed a club, all this shit." He hasn't managed a club either. Didn't stop him from having opinion. So and then we're saying we've been proven right again and again because we've seen it. We've seen how slow he's been taking to build this squad. We've seen so much money spent. How much of that money has been invested in defensive players and goalkeepers compared to like the forward? The forwards. It's ridiculous. Last season, we needed Gyökeres. We went a whole season, we didn't sign him. Gabriel Jesus, our only, you know what I mean? Even Gabriel Jesus is fit, he's not convincing. And now he gets injured and he's got no backup. And it's just a joke. And Havertz is even worse. Havertz is just like, his knees are made of like, I don't know what. The guy spends more time in the hospital than he does in like, playing for us. Are we like a football team or are we the medical department? Just somebody tell me.
Exactly.
It's just too much, man. It's just,
That's the thing, bro. Like, where do we go from here, man, as Arsenal fans? Because I know how this season's going to end. We're going to we've bottled the league now. I've got people who I know, and if you watch this on the playback, I'm not going to call you out, but I'm seeing them say to me that we're still in the title race. We need to go on a run. I'm just like, bro, that's done, mate. Go on a run. Like, big up CCR. How you doing? What's up, mate?
Was that like some anime picture? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's that's Sakuna. Yeah, Sakuna from JJK. I'm just like, mate, like, it's just for me. It's like, why do these top gooners would never want to blame the manager? They never want to blame the manager, and if they do, it's like the most tiniest bit of criticism. They need to pull the band-aid off. He's not good enough. He's not good enough, mate. He's not good enough.
What I don't like is they're so easily triggered as well. Like have this like paranoia, like, oh, everyone hates Arsenal, it's anti-Arsenal, and no, it's not. Like the media like almost want us or egging us on to finally break our duck and win some shit for like that means something. Like something that means something, not a freaking FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Red Bull Cup, whatever you want to call it. Like a Premier League title. Yeah, we could say the Champions League, but Premier League title is more realistic. Like people are like, because there isn't an out-and-out team. There isn't the team to beat. There isn't the great team this year. It's like us. We're the closest thing to it because we're not in transition anymore. You know, like Guardiola's team is transition. Slot's team is kind of like they've got the post, winning the title. His only way is down, basically. So they're going through that, and they've lost Diaz. They've lost obviously Jota, RIP. So like we don't have any excuses. Like our players aren't injured now. Like where is the excuses? What's stopping us from being that team to lay down a marker and say, yes, this is our title, this is our season, and win it? It's like the transfer window came, January transfer window. It might not be the summer transfer window, but it's still an effing transfer window. Almost every club does business around that time except us. We have to wait, dilly around till the freaking summer and then sign Gyökeres. I could have told you we're going to sign Gyökeres. What's the bloody delay? Or we just want to know, like, if he was a good boy in school? Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we so slow and indecisive?
I don't know. I think for me, it comes down to the fact that this ownership, the Cronkies, this manager, it's just rotten. It's just rotten from top to bottom. And I never bought into this idea that this team was complete or that we weren't in a transition. I look at the front line. The front line stinks. The front line stinks. Like, even if you say that the quality is there, the coaching stinks and the front line stinks. I don't look at Martinelli is Martinelli isn't even a good player. He is bang average. He's bang average. When you watch him play, he does the same thing over and over again. Shuffles the ball from his right foot to his left foot, from his right foot to his left foot, then hits it off his right foot and then tries to cross it in with his weak foot. Or he tries to like pretend to cut inside and just does a short pass to Declan Rice. It's this. I'm seeing the same things over. I've been seeing it since for ages now. He's such a limited player. Like, he's not good enough to play at the top level of elite football. He's not.
Yeah. Even Saka as well. It looks worse now, I think, because that spark Saka had before, the way we looked at him, is just not. Has gone off a bit this season, and I feel part of that is, you know, the injuries and obviously the pressure on him. Him always having to be that person to make the difference when it comes to us going forward. Because, like we said before, our world-class players are on the other side of the pitch, the back. You know, it's not. You know what I mean? So it falls on him to be the creator, the person who scores goals and that sort of thing. And a lot of players have been resting on their laurels too long. Like, they need to be moved on. We need to be ruthless as a club. You can't win the Premier League. It's very hard to win the Premier League, and you're not being ruthless. And you have players that are repeatedly good enough, even when they're fit, and then they have such a terrible like record in terms of keeping fit, you know, and getting injured all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the thing is, bro, I just think for me, Arteta has got an inferiority complex when it comes to Pep. For me, anytime he's been in the title race with Pep, he always capitulates. And when I'm hearing people, I'm going to start, and this is the thing, I'm calling people out now. I don't care. When I see people like Egal and Christian and stuff caping for this manager, I'm thinking to myself, I was watching a stream. I was watching Dan Potts' stream the other day, and a guy was talking about, a lot of Arsenal fans need to calm down, need to stop panicking. We're going to win the league, and he said that the league is done. And he said in December that the league is going to be done. Fam. And not just that, this guy also said, that if you can't see why Arteta is the problem, you're the problem. Arteta's never been the problem. It's always been the Cronkies. It's always been the Cronkies. The Cronkies have given this guy £1 billion, mate. And who is our best attacker? A broken academy product who can't even run anymore. Bro, did you see that run he done in the first half?
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Bro, he's got like 77 pace, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, don't let that sort of first easy goal, like, you know, gaslight you into thinking he's back. He's not, unfortunately. And that's the thing. It's like we score a goal and then it looks like we sit on it. I think against the other game against Brentford, we scored against them. Madueke scored. He celebrated like it was a Champions League final, and we conceded a goal. Yeah. Shout out to Roy.
Big up to you, Roy. I know I'm stunned, bro. I'm stunned. I don't even know where to begin. I'm so hurt and I'm so upset. It's like, where do we go from here? And you got people saying just keep him to the end of the season. What's the point? What's the point? We know he's not going to win the Premier League.
For me, the only reason I think keep him at the end of the season is because to get a new manager in, and you know how cutthroat modern day management is. Like, we're very, very quick to dismiss people and call them flops. I don't want us to, like, look what Amarim did, basically. Because if we get a manager now, I don't think it's just a manager. I literally don't think the squad is all that. Like, I don't think that our attacking options, even when everyone's fit, is too thin for me.
It's like,
it doesn't look complete.
When everyone's fit, so let's do it piece by piece, When everyone's fit on the left-hand side, and I'm going to not just the starter and the backup, I'm going to do everybody. So the left-hand side, you're talking all the people that have played on the left this season in the Premier League. So you're talking Madueke, you're talking Trossard, and you're talking Martinelli, Through the middle,
Eze is useless there. Eze's terrible.
I'm not even going to mention Eze because he's useless in the left, man. In the middle, you're talking Gyökeres, you're talking Marino, you're talking Gabby Jesus and Kai Havertz. Now, any of those options like fill you with any kind of glee?
The only one that fills me with a bit of confidence maybe is like Gyökeres, if he gets a bit of service and he's got that presence and he's
Yeah,
an out and out striker. The rest
yeah,
aren't out and out strikers.
yeah,
And Jesus and like Havertz, even when they're fit, they're not convincing. Like and they get injured. Their injury record is so appalling. They're not good enough, I think, for us to take us over the line at this stage right now, even when they're fit, let alone only getting injured. They can barely stay on the pitch.
yeah.
So, and we've been relying on them for so many seasons, which is such a massive flaw. Like, and everybody, like pundits to fans, we were calling like, just get a proper striker. They finally did it. But the amount of seasons we've gone and we've had the same recurring issue, we've now got this guy.
Yeah, and this is the thing, bro.
Yeah.
I just think for me, and then look at the right hand side, Madueke, Saka, and potentially Dalman. So out of all the people I named, a 16-year-old child and Gyökeres, a child, bro, a child. Probably, I'm not joking when I say that Dalman's probably our best attacker. A child is a guy that just is doing his GCSEs is our best attacker. Embarrassing.
It's hard. I just don't know if like Arteta knows what to do with him. Really, doesn't know if he develops players properly. Even like Saliba, like he had to keep sending on loan. Then he got his chance. But like Wanyeri, for example, like we could have really done with Wanyeri because Saka doesn't look the same. Madueke is not looking convincing either now because he's playing back up to Saka, and now we're shifting Saka in the middle so we can get Madueke a bit more time and stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is, think about it like this, yeah. If Saka stays in the 10, our starting right winger, Madueke, was Chelsea's 4th choice winger that they sold to us for 52 million. Like, you can't make this crap up, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Chelsea attacking players: Cole Palmer, João Pedro. Like those are good players. That fills me with confidence. Neto, even Neto. I like. Who else is like playing on the wing? Like, yeah, they got good players.
Yeah. Big up, Roy. Arteta will not be sacked by the owners, but I could see him leaving to join Man City. Man City fans never want. Man City fans don't want Arteta. Man City fans don't rate Arteta.
I heard a rumor that before he came to Arsenal, because he was reluctant. He was thinking, "Hold on a second, maybe this is too big a step for me." He was saying, "Oh, maybe I stay at Pep, and they'll maybe make me his successor." And then Man City were like, "No, we don't want to take a chance on you." And then that's when he went to Arsenal. So it's funny how basically he was doubting himself for this job because it's his first ever job and he may be a promising manager. But to start off at a massive club like Arsenal.
It's too, but this is too big for him. This job is too big for him. This job is way too big for him. And he's proven time and time again that his stubbornness and arrogance and his inability to adjust and adapt to the situation. Like we're trying to do wing play, yeah, when they're playing 5 in midfield. How does that make sense? If they're playing 5 in midfield, you need to go through the middle. It's as simple as that. Yeah, the sideways and backwards passing is U-shaped football. That's what we do. U-shaped football, mate.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. Yeah, why we have spent so much money yet we're playing players outside of their natural position. I don't understand it. Like
he loves playing players out of their position. He loves it. He loves these players that are playing out their position. It's annoying. It's annoying. Like everything about him. There's just nothing about him that I like. When I watch the press conferences, he talks like a politician. He doesn't answer questions indirectly. He's like Rishi Sunak, man. Rishi Sunak, bro.
You know what? It's funny.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, he gets away with a lot. Like, if Mourinho was doing what Arteta was doing, imagine the pelting he would get because Mourinho's a controversial character and he says stupid shit sometimes that gets himself into trouble. But Arteta's like, to the English media, he's a darling because he was in Britain for a long time, not just with Arsenal, but with Everton, with Rangers. He even wanted to play with the England national team at one point. So he's basically like as close as you can get to being English without being English in a way. Because and I think that's why when he took charge of Arsenal, people were like, the pundits were for it because they were like, oh yeah, he came from Guardiola. Who are we to question Guardiola? Guardiola sees something in him. He's got connections with Arsenal. He's got connections with English football. And Emery is like a bit like Ten Hag, a little bit like Emery's better than Ten Hag, but like Emery wasn't liked by the media the same way Ten Hag wasn't liked by the media because they look at this guy like this is some foreign guy. He's not got connections with English football. He's got credentials, got a great CV, but people are very quick to turn on him and say, oh, he's not the right person. Whereas Arteta, he was like, also the fact he hadn't managed anyone. So he's kind of a bit of an underdog. So people were kind of rooting for him a little bit. But he's done better than I expected, but we're not in a crisis in terms of us. Even if we bottle every trophy, that I wouldn't say that's a crisis, but it is very disheartening. It is.
It's a crisis. It's a crisis. We spent £1 billion. We've been waiting for 5 years, and we're going to bottle it again. You're not thinking about it. You need to look at the bigger picture. Think about the psychological damage it does for players that have been here for like 4 or 5 years. It's terrible for them. Think about if you're Saka or Gabriel Martinelli. Oh, sorry, not Gabriel Martinelli, because he needs to be sold anyway. Gabriel Magalhaes or your Saliba. You've just signed a 5-year deal. You're probably thinking, mate, a minute, I need to go to Real Madrid if I want to win the Champions League. I need to go to City if I want to win the Premier League.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're not trying to run down their contract or anything like that. It's a bit interesting.
Because they offered money, bro. That's what happens when you offer money.
Yeah, that must be it. It's just money. Like, that's same with Mbappe. Like, Mbappe, they gave him a very lucrative deal. He said, oh, fine, I'll stick it out. Mbappe probably would have a Ballon d'Or if he left to go to Real Madrid before.
There you go. Here's the thing, Roy, Yeah, he should have punched the ball away. The thing is, it is ultimately, I believe it's Raya's fault. I believe it's Raya's fault that we conceded that goal. But even if we conceded that goal, we should have been 3 or 4-1 up anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like, we put too much pressure on the defense. Bro, we sat back and started wasting time on the 70th minute against bottom of the league Wolves. It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Like, we shouldn't even be in that position. And the space that we left for Kinder Bueno to score that goal was ridiculous. It's just not good enough, man. It's not good enough.
Kinder Bueno.
I'm sick of saying the same things over and over again, man. Like, it's just boring. Like,
it gets stirring, yeah.
For me, at this point, he needs to be sacked. He needs to be sacked.
I think that's the one thing about Raya, I'd say, that's stopping him from being like the world-class keeper, because he's got this weird sweeper keeper obsession thing. He likes to rush out his goal a lot, and sometimes it comes off, but sometimes.
But then is it his fault or is it the manager's instructions? That's the problem.
It's probably the manager's instructions. He's telling him, you need to be a modern goalkeeper. You need to be like, remember like when Guardiola came to City and initially he brought Claudio Bravo, and then Claudio Bravo, like its style, it didn't land well. Then he got Edison and it kind of clicked. So it's a bit like Raya's good. Raya's solid. I would say he's like top 3 goalkeepers in the world. For me, he's just behind maybe Alisson and Donnarumma.
For me, he's not even top 5.
Who's top 5 then? What, Neuer's still around, I guess.
Neuer, Courtois.
Oh yeah, Courtois. I forgot about Courtois. That's the shout.
Yeah. Alisson.
And obviously Donnarumma,
And the Sporting keeper, I think he's better. Costa, I think he's better as well.
I think he played for Porto. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, Porto. Yeah.
I think he'll come onto his own soon.
Yeah,
I think he'll.
I think he's better. I think he's better in my opinion, because for me, Bam.
Yeah.
Can the student surpass the master in his last season? What do you think?
The sorcerer versus the apprentice. No.
Can Anakin beat Darth Vader? That's the fun. That's the fun now, bro.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he basically Pep is like the puppet master. Arteta's probably like the puppeteer. Like, he knows everything. He's like a B-Tech Pep that or maybe whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I think what kills me about us, I think this is why I'd say not sack Arteta. Just I don't think the squad he would leave, whoever came in, is that good enough to would be a shoo-in to win the thing. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, if we win it, I'd be impressed. I would be impressed. Like, I would be like, wow, he won it with this shitty attack. But like, I you know what I mean? But at the same time, he's culpable because you built this fucking thing for ages.
Yes.
So,
this is for me. This is his mess. If I see this guy go trophyless and him still be here at the end of the season, I'm deleting my YouTube channel. I'm done with. I'll be done. I'm done with this nonsense, man. Because then the Cronkies aren't serious about winning trophies. They're not serious about winning trophies. They're just sending us down the river. This Mississippi, bro. They're sending us up the river. It's not good enough.
Yeah. The thing is, people are just look at things at the surface level, so they'll see we're top of the league, we're top of the European thing. They're going to say, "Oh yeah, look, it's not bad, it's all right." But you're seeing the same signs, dropping points where we shouldn't be dropping points, inactivity when it comes to the January transfer window, attack not good enough, injury-prone players, same old players. We're not moving them on. They wouldn't get into any top 6 club, let alone top 4.
Yeah, like if Martinelli gets sold, he's not going to a top 6 club.
Yeah.
He'd be lucky if he'd be lucky. Like, I think Martinelli's best possible move is like a Dortmund. if he's lucky, it might, or a Leverkusen if he's lucky. He's never getting a Bayern or a Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Marseille. Like, he ain't getting one of them, man. He ain't getting one of them. Big up, Roy. We should sign Dean Henderson. He has conceded less goals than Liverpool have in the Premier League.
He's not a bad keeper. You know who's a good keeper? The Man City backup, Trafford. He's good.
Yeah, James Trafford's decent.
Kelleher's good as well. I think Kelleher, did he go to Bournemouth or Brentford?
Yeah.
I think he went to Brentford.
Big up Scranny Dorm. Roy, would you sack him? Roy said, who do you replace him with? No, that's not the mate, bro. See, this is the problem. It's not who do you replace him with. It's just, would you sack him? It's would you sack him? It's not about who you replace him with. I mean, I tell you what. If you answer the question, I'll give you a perfect replacement right now. If you answer the question, yeah, because this is what a lot of our Arsenal fans do, who are very positive and who like Arteta. As soon as you ask them, like as soon as you say, "Would you sack him?" the first thing they do is like, "Who are you going to replace him with?" But that's not the question. And it's like they act like Arteta is like some messiah. He's done nothing. He's been here for 6 years and he's won one dusty COVID FA Cup. And if it wasn't for COVID, he wouldn't even have won that FA Cup, by the way. If it wasn't for Aubameyang and no fans in the stadium, he doesn't win that FA Cup. And we're sitting here 6 years in with nothing. We'd be here a billion deep with no trophies if it wasn't for COVID and Aubameyang. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you say this, you have to. I think you need to just answer the question: like, would you sack him? Yes or no? And if you wouldn't sack him, how long would you keep him for? And what are your standards? That's what I want to know. Because for me, he should have been sacked at the end of 22-23. Big up Shikar. Darkside, sorry man. Yesterday you were pissed off. It hurts. Tell me, if we fight Mikel Arteta, who should we hire? Let's complain at the same time and have a solution. Bro, I've been saying
that's a fair point, to be fair. Like in terms of having a solution. Yeah.
That is a fair point. But the thing is, I have got a solution.
Yeah.
The solution is go get Luis Enrique, man. Go get him. Pay the money.
There's managers out of work. I would take. Fuck it. Get Xabi Alonso. You know what I mean? He's one.
Get Xabi. I'd have Xabi till the end of the season. I would take Xabi till the end of the season.
He's won more meaningful titles than Arteta has, and he's done it by Leverkusen. Arteta's been at Arsenal, huge club, spent a lot of money.
Xabi won La Liga in his first season.
Bundesliga, isn't it? And it's like not just.
No, I'm not talking about Xabi Alonso. I'm talking about Xavi.
Oh, Xavi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wow. You take Xavi. Xavi, yeah. Why not?
I would take Xavi till the end of the season. He can. For me, I think he can win. He wins at least one trophy. You put Xavi in the squad right now, and it'll be. Let's say Xavi comes in, wins a title. And then we go get Enrique in the summer. That's for me. That's that would be, because I don't want to see this fossil football no more. I don't want to see this tapas pulis. I don't want to see this terrorist at my club no more. I don't want to see it anymore, man. I'm sick of it. I am sick and tired of it, man.
Yeah,
I am sick and tired of it.
Me, I'm a pragmatist. I'd get like Cesc. I know it would feel a little similar to Arteta. Yeah, we're getting another Spanish guy. But,
I don't want Cesc. He needs another job under his belt, in my opinion. A bigger job. He needs a bigger job. A couple years, maybe in maybe 2030. I'd take Cesc, but not right now. I don't want another. I don't want another ex-player that hasn't won anything big yet. I'm sorry, I just don't want it.
I feel like Como's a well-run club though, because like their marketing's real good, and they I think they're doing really well in terms of managing and signing players, like good scouting. So I think that's probably why it's helping him too. It's a well-run club. Why sack him if we do not have top-tier manager to replace him immediately, or do we go the Spurs route of Spurs? What do you mean?
See, this is the thing. Like, see, this is what you do, Roy. You're making a false You're making a false equivalent. You're making a false equivalency. Saying going the Spurs route, what they sacked their manager who won them a European trophy. What's Arteta won? It's a false equivalency. You're protecting this guy like he's done anything special. What has he done? What has this guy done for you to like him so much? What has this guy done for you to protect him so much? You're acting like if we keep Arteta till the end of the season, he's going to win anything. He ain't winning niche, mate. He ain't winning niche. The pressure's on.
Yeah.
The pressure's on. He's crumbling. He's going to lose that final against City because he should have got Semenyo, but we didn't. And which I'm not going to blame Arteta for that. That's on the club. But Semenyo called Arteta, and Arteta was umming and ahhing about it. So I'm sorry. He's not it, man. He's not it. Big up other Roy. Can't sack him now, maybe end of the season. When did you first have doubts? Bro, I had doubts at the end of 22-23. At the end of 22-23, I had doubts. But then I was like, then I thought about retrospectively and I thought, Saliba did go down, Roy, and Tommy Assen went down in the same game. The squad was quite thin. But then 25 to 24-25 was like when I knew that he's never going to be it. The football that we was playing, the sideways football, the boring football, 12 draws. 12 draws, bro. And and not just that, we lost against Bournemouth home and away. We lost against Bournemouth for the first time in our history, and we lost home and away. Not good enough. Not good enough. And benching Wanyeri and playing Marino when he should be playing, I've said it a million times, Bakayo light skin, not blacker, Black Wilshere. Ethan Blood Clark Wanyeri should have been starting when he wasn't. Oh, but he's so young, he's only 17. I don't give a fuck if he's 17. If you're good enough, you are old enough. It's as simple as that. When Rooney was 16, did anyone question it? When Owen was 17, did anyone question it? When Fabregas was 15 and a half, did anyone question it? No. Man. Sick of it, man. I am sick of it. I am sick of it, man. Big up, Roy. Alonso is waiting for that call from Liverpool. I wasn't talking about Alonso. I was talking about Xavi. I was talking about Xavi with the Barcelona one, not Xabi Alonso. For me,
I think Alonso would probably go to Liverpool. He's waiting for a Slot to get the sack, and then it makes sense.
He's waiting for Slot to get the sack. So for me, I'd call Xavi. I'd call Zidane. I'd say, listen, yo, go finish this season. And you know what? Even if they don't win anything, it's still a better outcome. Do you know why? Because we're going to see better football. My eyes don't have to bleed. my optical orbs do not have to be displeased when watching this horrible football. That's the difference.
No, I agree. And there are managers that can replace him even in the Prem, like Iraola. If you want to be a bit more realistic, Iraola or whoever. And Arsenal's would be an enticing club now. We're a big club. Premier League money, a lot of money, and we're in a good position now. We're like top of the table. So what manager wouldn't want to play in the Prem, manage in the Prem, and manage arguably the team now? So I think till the end of the season makes sense because of the mess we've done and now the transfer window. The transfer window's closed. We're stuck with these players now, which doesn't fill me with much confidence. But hey. Klopp went ASK using the team Klopp built. What's happening now?
Yeah, but bro, this is the thing. I think you're trying to I'm not sure. I'm not sure because it's hard to get the tone of your message just by reading it. But I'll say this, yeah. The thing is, right? You're saying, okay, let me just read this again because I'm trying to gauge your tone by this message. Darkside, Klopp went, Arne Slot came and won using the team Klopp built. What's happening now? Do you mean what's happening at Liverpool? Or what's happening at Arsenal? Because the way I see this is, you can say that Liverpool's situation is crusty, but at the same time, they won the title in their first season. They won the title in their first season, so it doesn't matter. If you said to me, Arteta won a title in his first season using Unai Emery's team, or won a title in his second season or third season or whatever, but now he's rubbish, I'd be like, listen. I think we should sack him, but we have to give him credit where credit's due. He's delivered. He's delivered the Premier League. He's delivered the Premiership. That's how long it's been since we won the league. It was called the Premiership when we last won it. That's how long it's been. He delivered the Premiership. So for me, at the end of the day, Liverpool fans can be slot out, but they have to respect him because he delivered their second only Premier League.
He's won as many Prems as what you call it, like Jurgen Klopp, right? Yeah. Carragher was using the argument of Champions Leagues to say, oh, Klopp is better than Wenger. Okay, so Slot's won the Prem as much as Jurgen Klopp. Is he equal to Klopp now? I don't know. So it's subjective, and sometimes results can flatter to deceive. We're flattering to receive right now, top of the league, playing some really dire football, and top of the European thing too. This weird new format, but it's I feel like it's flattering to deceive. And let's be honest, Ty, were you shocked when we drew at Wolves? I wasn't shocked. I was disappointed. I was just the way we're playing in second gear all the time, playing this fashion against teams we should be spanking, not just beating, but spanking. And you know what I mean? It wasn't surprising to me. When you play that way and that mentality, it encourages the opposition team to take initiative. Fine, we'll have a pop. Look at England with Southgate. You know, you get freaking Denmark. They score from outside the box because they're like, fuck it, we'll just shoot, and they score. That's football. You know, you can have a great defense, be rock solid at the back, but if you're not, you know, got the attacking players that are ruthless, and you're not, you know, like taking your chances, it doesn't matter. Like, it only matters if you put in the ball at the back of the net. You can have the greatest defense in the world, but you still got to score at the other end. You can't rely on goals forever.
So big up, Roy. So we replaced Arteta and finished 5th the following season. What then? Sack that. See, this is what I'm talking about.
But we're not the oracle. You know what I mean? We're not the oracle. We're not saying, okay, we replace him, we'll get a title, or we won't get worse. We don't know.
This is what I'm talking about. You say it's like, what is your obsession with this guy? You're saying that if we replace Arteta, we're going to finish 5th. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Roy, anyway, it was all got different perspectives.
Why do you do this?
But like, it's the.
It's this, Roy. Come on, you need to be serious here. It's disingenuous for you to just say that if we replace Arteta, we're going to finish 5th, bro. We finished 8th his first season, and then 8th again. We finished 8th twice under this manager. So at the end of the day, if we finish 5th, what's the difference between finishing 5th and 2nd? Nothing. You both spots get Champions League football. So what's the difference? What's the difference? We haven't won any. And this is what I'm saying. You're saying it like he's won something. You're saying it like he's done anything crazy. He hasn't done anything. He literally has done nothing. We're going to finish 2nd 4 years in a row. He's done nothing. So when you're saying, if we replace him, we're going to finish 5th, then what are we going to do? You're acting like he's done anything special. He's literally done fuck all. He's done fuck all, mate.
But Arsenal's football club, we're kind of in a unique situation compared to the other big teams, and I don't count Spurs in that. Spurs are the weak link of the so-called top 6. They're like our little shitty brother. I don't know, is it like a North London thing? We're allergic to trophies or something, allergic to the Prem, allergic to the Champions League. But it's like we've gotten so accustomed, right, Ty? Even in the latter years of Wenger, we're accustomed to being like a top 4 team or Champions League, scraping the Champions League and maintain what we had. That's the mentality of our fans. And then we got rid of Wenger. He was out. We felt guilty afterwards. Oh, what a legend. We got nostalgic. We got Emery in. Emery looked okay first season, second season. Wheels came off. You know, we think, oh, shit, we're going backwards. Careful what we wish for. Now, all of a sudden, we're begging to have, you know, top 4 and, you know, be in the conversation for the title and then bottle it. And we've got back to that, but we've taken in longer a little bit to bottle it. But we've spent a ton load of money. If you look at the context now, we've spent money, whereas back then we didn't spend shit. And not only did we not spend shit, we sold our best players to rivals and watched them win shit across like thing. We were still finishing top 4 somehow, season after season, selling our best players and replacing them players not as good, going from Fabregas to Arteta. You know, like we you know what I mean? So a lot of the fans now, they've become accustomed to this. They're like, shit, like beggars can't be choosers. But we're not beggars though. We're spending the most money for tickets than any team, and we're not watching a Premier League winning team.
The prices as well by 3%.
We spend more than Man United. We spend more than Liverpool. We spend more than Man City. We spend more than Chelsea. Yet they've all seen their club win Champions Leagues. They've seen their clubs win the Premier League, all of them more recently than we have. Even Liverpool, they didn't win the Premier League up until recently with Klopp. Everyone's overtaken us. What are we waiting for? For Spurs to win the Premier League till we say, okay, enough's enough, and like being second place is cool. Come on, man! Like, let's roll the dice.
When we went trophyless last season and Spurs won the Europa League, I feel like that should have been the sacking. I don't know how he managed. I don't know how he's still here. He should have been Spurs winning the European trophy and us winning nothing. Should be whoever's in charge should be sacked. In my opinion, it's just unacceptable. Are we prepared to break this squad up and start? Oh, this is what I'm saying. Everything is it's just so extra with you, man. It's so extra. If Arteta leaves, does he take half the squad with him? What are you talking about? Clearly, many of you are saying the squad is not good enough, so that's another 5-year. That's what I'm saying. Like you're trolling, bro. You're trolling. What are you talking about? We've needed a left winger for 5 years, 5-6 years. We've needed a left winger since before Arteta joined this club. The left-hand side is dusty. We need a proper left winger, yeah.
Yeah. No.
We need some players that fill the midfield, because I don't think Zubimendi is the one. In big physical away games, he's not good enough. He's good at home games when it's like he's like Odegaard. When it's not a physical battle, he's all right. But when it's a physical battle, he's rubbish, man.
We're in a couple of overhyped. Like we're not breaking up the Invincibles.
We need to sell the Deadwood, and we need to bring in about 4 new players. How's that a rebuild? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like you're like, I don't even. This is what I'm saying. Like, I read this comment, I just think you're being silly. You're obviously trolling, because I'm going to read this one more time because I need to make sure that, are we prepared to break the squad up again? Never said that. Clearly, many of you are saying the squad is not good enough. I never said that. I've said the squad is good enough to win trophies. This manager's not good enough. I always put it on the manager. I've always put it on the manager. You're telling me that this squad is not good enough to win a trophy. You're telling me this squad can't win an FA Cup. You're telling me this squad can't win the Carabao Cup. You're telling me this squad shouldn't be at least 12 points clear right now. And why is it going to take 5 years to rebuild when we need 4 players, bro? That doesn't take 5 years. You can get that done in one window. You can literally fix the problems of this club bring Ranieri back, start playing Dalman more, and bring in 3 or 4 players, and get a proper manager, and it's done. That's not a rebuild. That is not a rebuild. I don't understand why you're taking what I'm saying out of context. I think you're being facetious, man.
It's like when Wenger inherited like the Arsenal squad, right? He had the people always say he inherited a strong English core backline. Spine of the team was good, and then he brought the French players, and he brought Vieira, he brought in Petit. He built on that, and that's something similar would be good for us because we've got a good spine, good defensive core. But we talk about breaking up this team. Look, this is the Invincibles. This isn't like the team like Liverpool that won it last. This is even the Man City team that was dominant. Like nowhere near those teams.
Exactly.
Like, it's not a masterpiece of the squad. It's not like the depth that the English pundits, the Gary Nevilles, and the people go on about. It's not. They have to say that. They're selling you the dream. They're selling you Sky Sports. They're selling you the Premier League, best league in the world. It's a great story if we have an outstanding team, a team that's gonna be the favourites. And Arsenal at the moment the favourites because everyone's kind of fallen apart a little bit. But City, because of the experience now, they've got that little bit of edge, and we keep handing them the initiative. Games like Brentford, games like Wolves, it's just like it's encouraging. Liverpool going away at Anfield and scoring and winning. We go to Anfield with our tail between our legs.
Exactly. That's the difference between a coward and an elite manager. Arteta goes to Anfield and plays 3 defensive midfielders. Pep is 1-0 down in the 80th minute and wins. That's the difference between someone that wants to loot, that is okay with losing small, and someone who wants to risk it all and win big. That's the difference. That's why we lose these games, man. Finally, if Arteta wins the league, FA, and Champions League, oh my God. Kurdish, please answer this question before I crash out.
Yeah. Should we go into this the big stuff as well, like in the Champions League with the Vinny Junior stuff?
Yeah. After this question,
let's go into that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to answer the question?
Yeah, what I was saying. Finally, if Mikel Arteta wins league, FA Cup, Champions League, what's your verdict? What? If, like I said, if he wins stuff, then I say, look, I'm wrong. I don't mind. I'd rather be wrong than be right, to be honest. Because if I'm wrong, that means we won something. And look, I'm a nice guy. Even if the guy won an FA Cup, right, or a Carabao, I would say that buys him a bit more time. He spent a lot of money. We should really be aiming for the Prem. We should really be aiming for like Prem or the Champions League or something like that, because that's what big clubs do. But the fact that we keep finishing second consistently, we're getting closer, and that shows like a level of consistency, a level of discipline, which I respect from Arteta, I respect from our players, and that's better than I've expected it from him. He's exceeded my expectations. But if we go for another season where we've bottled everything, then it's just like, I think, an inferiority complex that's holding us back. Because the amount of points we've dropped against inferior opposition, the amount of times our rivals have really handed us this thing on a plate and we've not taken advantage in our inactivity in the transfer window, that's mismanagement, in my opinion. The fact we're playing so many players out of positions, the fact we haven't been ruthless, we haven't moved on attacking players, the same attacking players that have been part of the squads that have bottled the league. Like, you need to evolve. You need to do something differently. You keep doing the same thing again and again, but expecting different results. The only thing we've built over this is more mental resilience, I suppose, because, we're losing less games, but just drawing games we should be winning. It's just, there seems to be more of a, I agree with what Wayne Rooney said when he said, like, if we lose this season, it's not because of our mentality, it's because of our lack of quality up front. And I agree. He says they ain't got a worst player. They haven't got a well-beat is going to like change the game. We do have those players, but they're just all defensive. That's the trouble. But if, like I said, if Arteta wins the Prem, not even a treble, but wins the Prem, I'd say, look, I'm wrong. He's delivered, whatever. He can stay. But You can play ugly football. You can play the most disgusting football if you win a major, in my opinion. Like the football Ten Hag was playing under Man United was shite. They still popped up with more trophies than Arsenal, but it would have been better if they were just bouncing around the top four and building some sort of stability, than winning an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. Nobody cares. If I'm a player, I want to play in a team that's in the Champions League, not a team that won the FA Cup and is mid-table, not a team that's in and out and a yo-yo club. So that's why he got sacked. Arteta stayed in the job, hasn't won anything, but he's been consistently in top four, consistently in the Champions League, which to me, and if it's going to sound crazy and controversial, is better than just winning the odd FA Cup here and there. If you're building something consistently, because you're supposed to build on that and eventually win a major trophy. They get the money, you get better players each year, one of them playing Champions League, and you evolve and you move players on. But we haven't. We've got the same players we had when we weren't even getting in top four, like Jesus and stuff. We've not been moving them on. And we're buying players from Chelsea. Chelsea in transition. We're supposed to be the bigger club now. Why do we keep buying
and then if we're going to buy players from Chelsea, buy their best players, man.
Yeah, buy a Cole Palmer. You know what I mean?
Don't buy Caicedo. Don't be buying
Enzo Fernandez even. He's racist bastard, but fuck it. In terms of ability, like buy a player that's important to them.
Yeah, buy their best player or don't bother. Because when Chelsea buy our players, there's always our best player.
Yeah, exactly. Like who came for like Fabregas, but we let him go to Chelsea. That's the stupid thing.
Yeah, we let him go to Chelsea. Ashley Cole, like it's just the same. But what do we get? Gallas, Havertz, Madueke, Willian, David Luiz, Czech, a washed up Czech. My God, man. And look, to answer your question, bro, I'll to answer your question. My answer is the same as Kurdish. If I'm proven wrong, that means we got to see our captain's armpits at the end of the season. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to be wrong. When it comes to Arsenal, I've been a fan for so long. I know when we're going to win, and I know when we're not going to win. And I'm telling you right now, the best thing to do would be to sack him right now and get a manager in. Get these players galvanized. Get these players playing under not some flipping totalitarian regime, because this guy is an absolute flipping dictator. Honestly,
it sounds like the Hunger Games.
bro, you know what? You know, Declan Rice said 2 weeks ago that nobody's allowed to question Mikel. He controls the club from top to bottom. It's a totalitarian regime, and he said that if anybody gets out of line, you're done. It's a totalitarian regime. It's a regime, man. He is the reason why we're not going to win nothing. When in May, when I do my stream saying I told you so, Top Gooners, just remember I said this. You clip it. Remember, we are not winning nothing. We are not winning nothing. I got caught up in the hype. Myself. I got egg on my face. I have to hold the L. But I'm telling you right now, we are not winning nothing. And if I get that wrong, then I'm happy. I'm happy. If I say that Arteta's winning nothing and he's rubbish and he went and did a treble, bro, do you think I would care? But if I go and say Arteta's going to do the treble and then I go trophyless, I feel like an absolute flipping idiot, bro. But big up. Scranny Dorm says, "Roy, you're deluded." Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Well, anyways, this is a home for every fan, wherever your opinion is. And shout out to you, Roy. Shout out to everyone.
Listen, Roy, your opinions are welcome at all times. Don't forget, you're a subscriber of the channel, you're a friend of the stream, but you need to wake up and smell the coffee, man. Arteta is not it. And when I say that Arteta is not good enough, don't try to take my words out of context either. I don't like that.
Yeah. Also, the thing is with like football is reactionary, right? There will be days where like we beat Leeds, okay, and rightly we'll praise Arsenal, we'll praise Arteta because that was a good result. Not only did we beat Leeds, but beat them like 4-0, for example. But we need more of those type of results. We need to see that more. And we'll just call it how we see it. It's not that we don't want to see Arsenal win. We're just saying, look, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing the same worrying signs we've seen season after season. Why didn't we buy people in the transfer window? Why didn't we do that when we can see the squad is thin? Like, we can see it. Well, why can't the manager? You know, people have been saying this for a long time.
There you go. So, Champions League. Real Madrid take on Benfica. There's a racist incident.
It's wild.
I want to get your thoughts on it, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. The crazy thing about it is, you know, because me and my dad were watching the Champions League games, we were flipping from channel to channel. So I think there was I forgot who was playing. There was another. Was it Chelsea or something? But yeah, there was like I didn't really watch the Benfica game, but you know, I was crazy as I was able to guess who the perpetrator was before he even told me. That's how wild it is.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, right? Do you remember when Enzo Fernandez for Chelsea, like when there was that thing where Argentina beat France, I think, in the World Cup, and he was mocking like a lot of the French players being of African origin and stuff like that, and he was saying, "Oh, it's all banter. It's all like this is what we do in South America." But in Argentina, if you think about it, like a lot of their players are like of European descent. Shout out Joe. But a lot of Argentinian players predominantly come from Italian origin or Spanish origin. So there's not a lot of like black players in the Argentina squad. Well, there isn't any.
Zero.
There's none. There's more black players in the Italy squad. Like you have.
You know why? Do you know why there's no black players in the Argentinian squad?
You go first.
Because in Argentina they've got a saying called blanqueamientos, and you know what blanqueamientos means in Espanol?
Right, translate.
It means whitening of the offspring.
So yeah, they're like very European in terms of their culture. Like Messi's of Italian origin. A lot of them come from Italian origin backgrounds. You know, that's what annoys me when people sometimes say Hispanics are race. It's not, because there's black Hispanic, there's white Hispanic, there's mulatto or indigenous, like, you know, mixed.
Indigenous mestizos, yeah.
Everything, yeah. So it's very diverse. And in Argentina, it's not like Brazil, it's not like Colombia. There's not really any Afro-Argentinians. So I think there's racism everywhere, but I think it tends to be worse sometimes when there is a lack of diversity in the country. So they don't grow up with players who are black or anything like that. It doesn't excuse the act. It's like it's petty, it's disgusting, shouldn't be tolerated. And what annoyed me was the guy was like this, like covering his mouth, like you can't hear what he was saying. But why are you covering your mouth? You know, like you're saying something obviously that's wrong. So when he says, "Oh yeah, he misheard me," okay, what did you say then? You know what I mean? Was it like really loud and explicitive? Like, we're supposed to believe a guy that's just doing this. What have you got to hide? You know, and why do you have to do that? I think that I saw the Vinicius celebration. It's not the wildest celebration I've seen. I don't know why people are saying it's provocative. I mean, what are your thoughts on it, Darkside?
My thoughts on it is this, is that, look, I'm just going to be completely real with you. As a black man, the way I see it is this. Vinny Jr. gets a lot of, what's it called? He gets a lot of racism. He gets a lot of hate, like in Spain and stuff like that, playing for Real Madrid and blah, 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 blah. And people like, what I really didn't appreciate was Jose Mourinho's comments about, oh, he brings it on himself. He shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't have done that. Unless you break somebody's leg, punch someone in the face, spit on someone, or say something crazy, no actions outside of even if I did those things should justify a crowd or people towards being racist, degrading me because of the color of my skin. I don't deserve that. Vinny doesn't deserve that. Whether you think he's arrogant, or you think he's provocative, or you think he's got an attitude, does that mean he deserves to be called a monkey? No. Does that mean he deserves to have racial epithets aimed at him? No. And then the Benfica press tried to say, oh, Mbappe was too far away from it. There's no way he could have heard it. Instead of saying, oh, do you know what? Our player's racist, he's going to get a ban. Mbappe didn't hear anything. And the problem for me, I see it, is that there's not enough done to combat racism. For example, if a player is racist towards another player and it's proven, that club should receive a hefty fine, and that fine should go directly to the other club. So, like, if the Real Madrid players get racially abused by the Valencia players, Valencia should have to pay Real Madrid a fine. And then because the problem is, unfortunately, the biggest problem in the world is that money rules the world. So if you hit them in their pockets, then they'll act accordingly, because they'll be like, okay, well, you know what? We've had to just pay a 5 million fine. Half of that's coming out your wages. Instead of getting 100k a week, you're getting 50k a week until that's paid off. There you go. And they'll think twice before you call somebody a monkey again. That's what I'm saying. It's just not idiot.
I think that's also part of the problem with like football and racism, because my dad actually used to say this a lot. He said football sometimes can be like, it can bring people together, but could also can fuel racism as well. It could be like a football factory, can be like very volatile, and maybe like UEFA or FIFA, whoever, like they're reluctant to take like action against these fans because they're thinking we need all the money we can get, and then like a lot of these hardcore fans do crazy shit like that, and it's not right. But maybe they're worried taking the loss financially. But you got to take a stand, I think, because there's a lot of black players in the game, and they contribute a lot. And the best player of all time is black.
50% of the Premier League players are black, bro.
Yeah,
50%.
yeah,
Half the players you see in the
yeah.
Premier League are fucking black, mate. All mixed race, fam.
Yeah, and ethically as well, and ethically, just at a human level, it shouldn't be allowed, and
No.
it's just all racism. I think it stems from a lack of like understanding, like ignorance, like lack of education. Like a lot. That's why I was saying a lot of places where it's not diverse, sometimes it's also that can be even racism can be even worse there because they didn't grow up in a multicultural environment. They're not aware of other cultures and ignorant and have all these stereotypes and imagine things because they don't know people from there.
Yeah, big up Joe. Argentina supposedly where the moustache man dapped off to after the war explains a lot about their dialogue and disgusting attitude. Yeah, bro. I mean, I heard about that actually. That the moustache man went there. So am I even surprised? Like I said, you know, advanced the race, Blanquia Mentos, and they used to be. They used to have this. There's this famous painting in Argentina of a black woman, and she has a daughter with a like a European man, and then her prayer is that she has a child with another. Her child has a kid with another European man to like advance the race and all that stuff, bro. They got it's woven into the culture, bro. The racism is deep in the culture. It's crazy. I have no idea what happened, but I saw a video of Mbappe looking like he wanted to crush that dude. I believe Vinny Jr. 100%. Yeah, me too, man. Because my thing is, why did you hide your face? If you didn't say anything crazy, why did you hide your face? Because if I said to you, yeah, if I was on the pitch and you stamped to my foot and I said, "Oh, you're a pussy" or "You're a dickhead," I wouldn't cover my face. I'd be like, whatever. But he covered his face because he went right close. He knew what he was doing, man. Because these people, because these racists are cowards, mate. They're all cowards. That idiot, I don't even want to say his name, what he was doing. Why cover your mouth if you're going to say something nice? Argentina is colorist because racism doesn't exist with the human race. Wait, what?
Oh, this guy's trying to say basically like it's stupid because we're all like you know white people, even white people over time, like you mixed with other cultures, you know, like even so-called look, fuck it, even the royal family of German heritage, nobody's 100%. No one's 100% anything. The best French white players all had Italian surnames, like Cantona. That's an Italian surname. That's not fucking French. Ginola, that's Italian. That's not fucking French. Platini, that's Italian. That's not fucking French. So this idea of white people and racial purity, it's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. Like we all, like you know, you know, I mean, people have mixed with each other all over a time. It's like race. The whole concept of race is a flawed thing in itself.
Yeah. Big up, Roy. We do not know what was said. It's all speculation right now. There was another Madrid player right there as well. Could anything have been heard clearly with the crowd screaming in the background? Bro, I'll be honest with you. I think you need to think about what you just said, bro. Yeah, we don't know what was said, but why would Vinny Jr. make that up? And why would he cover his mouth if he was saying just something normal? So, yeah, we don't know what he said, what kind of, whether it was a racial epithet or what, but it doesn't make sense for him to make that up. Like, Vinny Jr. gets monkey chants, bananas thrown at him, M-bombs all the time playing for Real Madrid. So is it really out of the possibility for an Argentinian player to say something racist to Vinny Jr.? I mean, listen, you can think whatever you want, but I know what I think, mate. I'll tell you that for free, bro. Big up, Joe.
Yeah.
If Mudryk gets banned for failed drug test, then that Benfica player should get a lifetime ban for failing that humanity test. There you go. Like, why? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
I think also it's like the thing is that we'll never know the thing, and that's why people are saying he's a coward. Like, you know, if you're not a racist, what did you say? Defend yourself. Tell us. Prove that you weren't. You know, say it with your chest. Like, why were you covering your mouth? Like, why abuse a player because he scored against you and he celebrated? If you scored against a team, wouldn't you celebrate? Doesn't matter. Exactly. And why, you know, why's this thing like you got to attack?
And you know, he got a yellow card for that. You know, Vinny got a yellow card for celebrating.
Yeah, I don't know if the rules in the game is just so open to interpretation in terms of how you celebrate. And he didn't like take his top off or anything like that.
He didn't take his top off. He didn't make a gesture at the fans. He done a traditional Brazilian kind of like dance thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what
we have to call out Mourinho as well. Like, I think because Mourinho, Mourinho said in the past, he says he's got obviously like a lot of respect for like black players, African players. He, you know, I mean, he was one of the managers that basically like Didier Drogba. A lot of African players have respect for him, But they had the talent too. So it wasn't just Mourinho who did them a favor and put them on the map. They had the talent. It benefited him too. So he got those players because he knew their quality, what they had. And he, obviously, he's not a bigot. He looked beyond colour and race, and he just looked at it from a football perspective. Yeah, they're good players. They're great. They're going to win me titles. And he was proven right. And he's done a lot in that sense. But I think basically, even Benfica as a football club, if a player accuses your player from your club of racism, you can take your players. You can be like, we'll back the player and we'll cooperate. We'll have an investigation, but you don't need to slag off Vinny. You don't need to say he's a liar or this or that. So just let, you know what I mean, justice take its course. Let people investigate it. Let's take this allegation seriously. Let's see what's happened. Like what Roy was saying, like, we don't know what he said. Yes, but let's investigate. Let's not assume one way or the other. But it doesn't look great from like just how we see it, because if you're doing this, you're hiding, you're being dishonest already. You are doing something that you don't want people to see, and that makes me suspicious. That makes anyone suspicious.
Yeah.
And why would a player just make that up for the sake of it is also another thing. Plus, a player who probably gets this a lot, like you probably get tired of having to report all the time, you know. So
what happened to John Terry? Yeah. Remind me, please. What is that got? I don't understand what you're talking about. What's that got to do with anything? Like, what does that even mean? I don't know what you're talking about, mate, to be honest. Big up, Joe. Put that Benfica dude in the ring with AJ as part of his punishment. Listen, I'd put him in. No, I just think for me, he needs to be made an example of, because this can't keep going on, man. This can't keep going on. Like, I'm so sick of it. Even when Saka missed the penalty and he was getting racially abused, like, it's just crazy. It's like, and it's just so boring, man. It's so boring. Big up Harry, bro. It is pathetic. It is pathetic. Yeah. Racism should be stopped. It's not part of the game. It's ugly, man. It's so ugly. It's just such an ugly thing. Like, why do you feel the need to, because a person scored against you, you want to degrade them on a human level? It's just weird. For me, like, the way I see it is, I just don't understand it, because what, like, just cuss me for me, bro. Like, why do you have to cuss my skin and my genetics and stuff? It's just weird. At this point, I think Roy just likes to wind you up, Darkside. He clearly lacks common sense. Yeah, I think so as well, man. Like, I try to be respectful of the comments I don't agree with, but I think for a topic as sensitive as racism, I think you need to use a bit of common sense, mate, to be honest. Racism, yeah, did I read that one already? Yeah, I did, actually. I think he put it twice. He covered his mouth because he knew that lip readers would have confirmed what Vinny said. Exactly. I was just about to say that as well. I was literally just about to say that. Because if you said something, even if you said pussy, you wouldn't bother covering your mouth. Footballers say crazy stuff to each other all the time. Like, I've seen Harden say "fuck off" to Lewis Skelly and "fuck off" to Gabriel Martinelli at the Etihad. So what? You know what I'm saying? But when you're saying racist stuff, because you're naturally a coward. You should get the likes up. Get the likes up, people, man. I was going to read a couple more chats and then we can carry on. Listen, I'm a black male. Oh my god, bro. Sorry, give me a second, mate.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I'm a black male, but just Google black people making up racially abused or attacked and ask the question, why would anybody make a claim like that? Just saying. Okay, let me just say something. I'm going to look at the camera and address this comment, because I think I feel like now that I have a platform, it's important that I say these kind of things, yeah? Are there black people that make up false claims about racism? Has it happened before? Of course it has. People lie all the time. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. That's number one. Number two, I don't understand why you can't see what you just wrote. Even if I don't believe you're black, by the way. I don't believe you're a black male. I don't believe that at all. But even if you are a black male, yeah, I don't understand how you do not have the intellectual capacity or the racialized experiences of a black person, if you are a black male, which I don't believe you are, to even say something this silly. This is just like, it's such a unnecessarily stupid thing to say. Like, Vinny Jr. gets attacked racially all the time for playing for Real Madrid, and you think he might be making it up. Bro, I swear to God, this conversation isn't for you, bro. This conversation isn't for you. That's what I'm not even gonna get angry, because for me, like I said, I make content now. My face is out there. And it's not even about I'm scared of people not liking me or stuff. I couldn't give a fuck, blood. But I stand up for what I believe in. And the fact of the matter is, I just think what you said is just it's insensitive to someone else. That like, if I was a weaker man, I'd be offended right now. But I look at that comment, I just think, are you not embarrassed? Are you just not embarrassed? Like, it's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. But for me, Kurdish, to kind of finish your point, I think what Mourinho said was just, it was a huge L. And I think it's a stain on his legacy as well. Especially when he's a person who's advocated for AFCON, African players, black players, and black players playing for their like original countries of origin. He said a lot. He's always backed a lot of black players, Michael Essien and Drogba, Salomon Kalou, Gael Kakua. The list goes on. John Obi Mikel. So for him to come out and say that, I think he's kind of stained his legacy a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, look, it's insensitive. Like, first and foremost, I believe in two things. I believe we're all equal. I believe we should respect people no matter their race and color. I also happen to believe that innocent to proven guilty to a degree as well. Like, it's important not to judge and rush to conclusions. But my thing with this is like, why are you covering your mouth? Why aren't you telling us what exactly you said?
Yeah,
you don't come across as trustworthy. So if it happened to me, if someone called me a racist, I would say, no, I didn't call you this. I said this, and it was nothing to do with race. I would say it straight away. I would defend myself. He's not doing that. He's given a vague statement. He's covered his mouth. Like, players abuse each other all the time. So that's my thing. He hasn't given his side of the story, right? It's very vague what he did. He just denied it, but he hasn't offered a reasoned explanation than what he said. Like, why did Vinny think you say that? Why did Vinny react that way? Why is Mbappe saying that he heard you say it 5 times? Maybe Mbappe, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, of course, like in again, it's important not to like, we weren't there. We didn't know exactly what was said, but it's not helpful. Like, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the actions of someone that's dishonest if you're covering your mouth. That's the thing. So, and probability, you're looking at probability as well. You're thinking, what's more the likely explanation? We're saying, that. But then again, probability isn't like 100% or whatever. You know what I mean? There's always that 1% doubt. You never know.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, we have to treat these allegations, you know what I mean, seriously. Like, we can't say Vinny is lying. Vinny, let's play devil's advocate, say he was lying. We can't assume that, like if someone comes with allegations of racism or rape or something else, we have to basically take the allegations seriously and wait to see if it's disproven otherwise, which it's difficult to prove or unprove. But you have to take these things seriously. And I wouldn't, if someone experiences this a lot, I wouldn't think you'd need to make it up, to be honest. But,
like, what's the point? Do you think this is the thing that people don't understand, that say that the reason why I 100% don't believe, I've always got to keep the 1% margin of error, but the reason why I 99% believe it did happen is because no black player wants to be racially abused. Like, think about it. Like, who wants to be racially abused, bro? No one does. Anyway, big up Roy. Lots of players cover their mouths at the end of the games now. Yeah, I know. I know that. I'm not winding anybody up. Okay. Well, I think you need to think about what you said. Big up Abdul. Unfortunately, it will go on, brother. It's not a football issue. It's a humanity issue. Racism, it's unfortunately everywhere. Yeah, bro. But the thing is, I completely agree with you, Abdul. But more needs to be done about it in football, because there's so many things that can be done about it. There's so many things that can be done about it. Like, for example, the guy who racially abused Semenyo at the beginning of the season at Liverpool, he's banned for life now. Banned for life. He ain't got no feet to stand on, and he's banned for life. Idiot. These people are idiots, man. They're idiots. Big up Blake.
Yeah, big up Blake. Also, Mourinho bringing Eusebio's name into this is uncalled for, and it was stupid. It's kind of basically gaslighting, because the reason you say that, you can't say, oh, this club, it's not a racist club, our best player was black. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, look, there's so many players. We're talking about even Brazilian football along the day. A lot of these clubs originally were only for white people. They opened the doors for black people, and they realized eventually, like, there's talent everywhere. Doesn't matter where you're from. But like, a lot of places, even you go to like different sport, like America, like Boston Celtics and stuff like that, it took a while for black players to even be allowed in the sport. You know what I mean? So like, to say like we've had our best player was black, or we've had a black player, doesn't mean anything. Lazio, for example, in Italy, they've got black players. They have a history of being associated with the far right and having like ultras that were racist. Like, remember, apparently there was a thing where Lilian Thuram, who was a France player, he's playing for Parma, and the Lazio ultras say, "Play for our club." He said, "I don't want to play for your club because your club's got a racist reputation." So there's lots of football teams that have like had a dark past as well. Like, doesn't because they had a player that was black or whatever doesn't mean like they're not racist. It doesn't help. It doesn't disprove anything. I'm not racist. I have a black car. God.
Oh, big up. I had to show this comment first, even though it's one of the bottom ones. That is funny, man. That is funny. Yeah, Joe, Essien, Solomon Kalou, all them, man. Obi Mikel. I think he ruined it. I think he's stained his legacy with those comments. Wenger would never, bro. Wenger would never. Just so you know, my manager, big up Wenger, man. Would never say something that stupid. Big up Blade. Bit late to the stream, but I hope you guys managed to get some sort of sleep last night. Also, Argentinians have a certain reputation for remarks against black people as well. No, yeah, like it's I kind of touched on that a little bit. But the La Raza and the Negro Mentos. It's just you know, I think I saw a statistic that said that at its peak, at the watermark, I think 40% of people in Argentina were Afro-Argentinians. Now it's like 3%, and it's been done on purpose. Like it's been done for like economic and all that kind of stuff. It's just it doesn't surprise me when you've got a culture that is steeped in it. This is what happens, unfortunately. I've been racially abused all around UK and Europe football grounds following Arsenal since the 80s. Desperation as well, violence as well. But these are issues that will be for us for years to come. But this is the thing. My thing is this: just saying it will be around forever, or saying that there's nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe that. Yeah. Let me tell you guys a little. Let me tell you guys a little story. Yeah. About Darkside Senior. Yeah. My dad. Yeah. My dad. Yeah. Used to work. My dad was an engineer at Ford when he was like 18. Yeah. And my dad used to live in Greenwich when he was young. And he used to tell me stories about how he used to run away from National Front. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know about National Front. It was like a racist skinhead group back in like the 80s and 90s. Yeah. He used to tell me all the time they'd finish football matches and go around and like beating up women, beating up children. And I don't know if you guys know this, yeah, but back in the 80s, they used to throw Lucozade bottles at the buses. And the reason why they used to throw Lucozade bottles at the buses is because back in the 80s, the Lucozade bottles were made of glass. They used to do crazy stuff, man, like stabbing people up. Everybody, obviously, if you're from Southeast London, you know about Stephen Lawrence. Rest in peace, Stephen. So these things have improved. These things have vastly improved. So for you to tell me, oh, these things are going to be around, I don't believe that. Things can, even if it only gets to a point where it's only minimized, we can keep working towards progress. We can keep making these things better. But just saying, oh, it's just going to be there, that's not good. I'm sorry, that's the wrong. I personally believe that's the wrong attitude. Anyway, anybody who thinks that other human beings is inferior is just confirming that they themselves are inferior. I don't even want to say that guy's name. Number 25 looked at the goal to Vinny. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Vinny's a cold talent, making 300 grand a week. He wishes he was on 300 grand a week. I wish I was on 300 grand a week. I wish I was on 3 grand a week, for crying out loud.
You're right, man.
You know what I'm saying? Big up Abdul. I agree. More action should be taken. Exactly. This is the thing, yeah. Let's look at culture, yeah. If you build a culture within institutions, football, workplace, whatever, that certain actions are unacceptable, people will not do them because nobody wants to be the person that is ostracized. As humans, we are social creatures. We want to be part of the herd. We want to be liked. We want to be by our peers. We want to be accepted. We don't want to feel different. We don't want to feel left out. So if you say or do something racist in a place where people are watching and everybody is like, whoa, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you saying that? That will say to you that this is wrong and you shouldn't do it. Even if you're like, you still hold the racist thoughts, eventually it will dissipate because nobody co-signs it. And that's what I'm saying. So you telling me that I should just accept it? Nah, man. Listen, let me say this, yeah. Should I say this? Oh, no, it's a bit wild, actually. No, it's a bit wild. I'll keep that one to myself. I'm very glad I'm back off. At Blades, can I also say I'm not racist? I use my toilet paper.
Wasn't that something Robert Mugabe said, or was that like a meme?
I don't know if it was a meme. Hold on, let me do my Googles, mate. Let me do my.
Okay. This is wild.
Robert Mugabe toilet paper. Nah, it was a meme. It was a meme.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I don't see.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake stuff before, like where people say, "Yeah, I'll wipe my butt with white toilet paper" or some crap like that. Yeah, you don't know.
No, apparently it's real. Actually, it says the quote is,
really.
Apparently, I mean, I don't know if I
Yeah.
believe it, but the quote says, "Racism will never end as long as white cars are still using black tires. Racism will never end if people still use black to symbolize bad luck and white for peace. Racism will never end if people still wear white clothes to weddings and black clothes to funerals. Racism will never end as long as those who don't pay their bills are blacklisted and not whitelisted. Even when playing snooker, you haven't won until you sunk the black ball and the white ball will remain on the table. I don't care as long as I'm still using white toilet paper to wipe my black butt. I'm fine."
God.
Fuck's sakes.
But you know what? It's almost like poetic in a way, because like it's true. You know, people tend to use the thing black symbolically in a negative sense.
Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah, bro. Like blackboard. I had a dark day. Blacklisted. Blackmailed.
Blackballed.
Blackballed. It's crazy, man. You got a dark cloud over your head.
Even chess, like it's like the white starts first.
Yeah,
messed up. But supposedly it was invented by the Mughals. I don't know where that came from, but
I don't know.
Like in India, so I don't know.
Big up, Roy. Back in the 80s, they were selling racist National Front newspapers at the turnstiles. I never said racism could never end, but alongside that, you also have religious bigotry. Yeah, bro. Like, I'm not saying that this is an overnight solution, but what I'm saying is when these things happen, we need to address them and quickly, smooth. That's quickly and calm, bro. It needs to be done quickly and calm. It can't be with dilly-dallying and, bro, feelings. And he should have been made. That was a perfect example for UEFA to make an example of him, in my opinion. Big up to you, AFC, man. Big up to you, man. What I want to ask you something quickly, AFC, actually, because I saw you in Shane Gooner's chat and stuff earlier this morning. How I didn't really catch up with you, but how are you feeling after the game, man? Because I'll be honest with you, I've just accepted the fact that we're going to go trophy-less now. Like, it's done. For me, it's done. It's actually just done now. Like, for me, done out, man. Big up, Joe. It's the job of society as a whole to reject racism in all its forms. There is only one race, and that is the human race. We're all brothers and sisters, and we bleed. We bleed Arsenal red, mate. That's what we bleed, mate. Yeah. Arsenal red. That's what I'm saying. Up the Gunners, mate.
Always.
Big up, Blade. Kurdish, thoughts on your current trajectory and form after last night? What do you think? You back on Arteta for now? It's for you, Kurdish.
I like I said, I want us to in the summer, if we don't win a title, I think replace him, and I'd want a manager to basically have a transfer window so they can bring in their players as soon as possible, because we've seen how football is cutthroat. Even a top manager, I don't think the squad up front is good enough, like in terms of our attack. Like it's good enough to get over the line. We could do it, but we wouldn't do it by a margin. That's what I'm saying. Even in these cups, we could get over the line. It's 50-50. We could do it. We might not do it. We're still in the race. I'm not panicking. That's more frustration. It's more like, we could have had this wraps if we got like a Semenyo, or we not only would have got him, we would have taken away from City. Like I've said this time and time and again, like we've been building the squad and spending so much money, but we've just been doing that defensively only. We haven't evolved the attack for such a long time. It's the same attack season after season, isn't scoring enough goals, but for whatever reason, they're immune to being replaced. Like we don't want to replace Jesus. We don't want to replace Havertz. You know, maybe Jesus isn't an automatic starter anymore, but he's still in and around the club. Yeah. And we're very terrible at selling players. Like we don't seem to get a lot of money for players we sell. And we produce a lot of talent. We produce like Ranieri, we produce Dalman, we produce even Smith Rowe, whoever. Like we didn't getting peanuts from them. And they're
to be fair, we got 35. We got 30 million for Smith Rowe. To be fair,
will Smith Rowe get 30 million? Oh, okay, that was all right. We went to what? Did you go to Fulham?
Yeah, but even still, bro, if you look at our top 10 sales and Arsenal list, we got Mark Overmars is still on there.
That's mad. How is that even possible? Like
with
the inflation in football. With the inflation in football.
I think, do you know what? I think Reyes is on there as well. Reyes and Overmars are on our top 10 sold list. That's embarrassing.
You know what it is as well? I don't think it's just us. I think it's Premier League teams as well. So, like, look at Man United. They're prepared, I hear, to let... it could be a rumour, but I hear they're going to let Sancho go for free, because they're like, 75 million. We just need someone to take and pay his wages. We just give them to anyone.
Big up AFC. After this season, I'm going back to being a silent football watcher. Check the score and continue with my life. Title done. Lock it off. Finish. Listen, I feel the same, man. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for this channel, I've not missed a game since 07, but at this point, I'm thinking to myself, like, if it wasn't for my channel, I wouldn't even bother watching. It's so painful. Like, it's just, and the problem, the problem is as well, it's like the games are so boring. They're so boring. Like, I don't get any kind of satisfaction or any kind of excitement watching Arsenal anymore. Like, it's just boring, man.
It's annoying. Sometimes the games they don't televise with Arsenal, we end up being okay games. Like, I don't know if they televised the Leeds game, but it was like 4-0, or I was out, I didn't watch it. And I was just like, oh shit, they actually played okay. I know Leeds isn't the top 6 team, but Leeds were playing okay. So I was a bit surprised by that result. Like, oh, we were back. But yeah, I don't know what it is, because I thought he's a student of Guardiola. You know, I thought he's going to be all this attacking, positive bullshit. He seems more like an extreme version of supposedly Mourinho, and I don't even think Mourinho is negative, like, compared to what we're seeing with Arteta. It's just his personality is quite combative. Like, you know, I tend to like Mourinho in general, but like, I think the Benfica game was just stupid. It was just really poor from him, trying to, you know, spin the narrative, be like, oh, the player's provocative. Oh, fuck you. Like, at the end of the day, like, you don't have to resort to that kind of thing. If you know, call them, don't go at the person's appearance. It's stupid. I mean, like, but yeah, just trying to make headlines or something. But yeah,
I'm going to speed through this comments. The live stream's gone on for quite long, actually, so I'm going to speed through this to wrap up. AFC, the mentality of this manager stinks, and this is reflecting the pitch with the players. Yeah, like, you know, that Martinelli, had his worst game yesterday, and he did 2-1 to the Wolves fans. Can you believe that? A team that's getting relegated and ended up losing. No, I'm saying it. Losing 2-2. That was a loss, bro. That was a loss. Big up AFC. Big up Joe. Even though all season I was fully expecting us to fuck it up, it still hurts that these last 5 years are taking so much energy. Bro, I'm telling you right now, my hairline used to be here, bro. Used to be like, I used to have the 6-year-old hairline. I used to have that black boy HD TV hairline. Now I've got that adult matured hairline now, man. Fucking shit, like. All because of this manager. We'll be cancelling my Sky Sports subscriptions after the season. Yep, same here. Big up AFC. Big up. Yeah. Big up to you as always, my brother. 9 points out of a possible 21. That's not even top 4 form, bro. That's Crystal Palace in them, man. That's Brentford in them, man. That is a joke thing, man. That's a joke. Yeah. There's a picture of Arteta with his hands up in the air, looking like he was actually crying, embarrassing. I swear to God, I just want him. He needs to step down, man. Bro, I would become the manager, and I would take Wenger right now, man. I would take Wenger right now. I'm telling you right now, I'd take Wenger. Wasting time after this.
That's true, actually. We were wasting time, actually. I didn't get it. I think, I don't know what happened with Trossard as well, because it didn't look like that crazy, but he came off.
Trossard stinks, bro. Trossard stinks. The football is rubbish. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up there, guys. Any last words, Kurdish?
No, great stream. A lot of debate, a lot of engagement. So, shout out to you, Darkside. And, stay tuned. Hit the like and comment and subscribe.
Yeah, I'm going to be redirecting to lead judges, guys. So make sure you hit the Darkside raid when you join this chat. Big up to the chat. We've got Spurs on Sunday. Going to be doing the preview. Will be out tomorrow. Hasta la próxima. Until next time, make sure you hit the raid button, guys. See you later.